Good morning, garden family. You got Elisa here reporting live from Memphis in the middle of the start of winter. It is windy and breezy and rainy and cold, and we got our first official freeze warning this morning. So the temperatures are going to drop this evening. So I wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of what we got going on and show you what I need to do before the sun sets when I get off of work. So there's going to be a lot of scrambling to happen to save our plants. First thing I wanted to show you, the plant that is loving this time of year is the loquat, as it being started to flower. And I think this one is trying to get ready to flower as well. This is its time of the year, from what I understand. Not so much going on over here yet, but I'm really excited about this one because this just bloomed out beautifully. The idea for this one, I have to feed them this month so they'll have enough nutrition to bear fruit, but then protect the fruit once the temperature starts dropping below 30, I believe. Yeah, I think the cutoff is 27 degrees just for the fruit. The plant itself will be fine, but the fruit needs to stay kind of warm. So I have to come up with a solution once the temperatures start to dip in that area and how to protect this. All of the other trees are starting to go to sleep and getting ready to go dormant. So the trees here are fine. I'm gonna flip the camera over now and show you that the pool has been closed for the season. Sadness, much sadness. All of my figs over here are kind of bunched together and ready for their first frost before I prune them back, prune the ones that need to be pruned back. All of these should be fine through the winter. My younger ones, I think I'm going to bring inside. My baby ones down there, but all of the older trees should be fine from what I'm reading. If something different, please let me know. But based on what I'm reading, they should be okay for this area. Walking real quick, all of my herbs and things like that, all of the taller herbs need to be cut back and mulched. So I'll go through here, cut back these weeds, what I consider weeds anyway. Got to cover my strawberry tower. So far, there's a few that popped up here and starting to flower, but I think it's they're still trying to get settled in. You can see it. Yeah, there you go. Some of them are starting to leaf out, but the majority of them are just really slow going right now. So got to get them ready to take their first frost, which is probably just going to be a sheet over these. These really don't need a lot of protection. They just need something to keep the frost off of them, for what I understand. And then over here, my blueberries have already started to fall. So later on, when I know they're really asleep, we'll trim that back. Here's another strawberry bed. All of these flowered out beautifully, but again, I got to put some straw over them to protect them from the frost. Everything over here is all frost friendly, so we're good. Everything over here, all of my herbs are frost friendly. I am going to cut some of them back just to make life a little bit easier for them, but they bounce back every year, so we're good on that. I do have some sprouts coming up. I believe this is parsley and this is coriander. I don't think I have anything in that pot yet, so I think we're okay there. If you notice, I did walk past some of my taller citrus trees. I'm going to have to move those closer to the house, and I'll get into that when I get to the spot where I'm looking to do. Again, my berries are good. Some more of my citrus trees. Got some really nice lemons here. They're ready to go. More loquats. Why do I keep calling it lime quats? They do turn a deeper yellow compared to the one that I tried for you on camera, and they do get sweeter. Let's see, I am getting flowers, so it's loving this time of year, but it does need to be warmer. I am getting a little bit of bug damage on some of the newer plants, so I got to take care of that before I actually set them down. My miracle fruit, I know that this needs to stay warm and above 40. So far it's been hanging tight. It's been looking really, really good. And I think it has to do with the fact that I have it in a ceramic pot, which holds a lot of, not a lot, but it holds more heat than, say, one of the plastic pots. So that's helping. But all of that's going to be moved over to this area. I'm going to move these out, all of these berries that can take the cold out and over. And I'm going to move my water barrel closer to the house, put a heater in it, and surround all of my citrus and warmer plants around it. And then I'm going to put a makeshift greenhouse on top of that to help contain that heat. Hope that all makes sense. Once it's all done, you'll see what I'm talking about. But my banana plants are coming inside. They're doing really, really well. Matter of fact, my baby is having babies. So I don't know whether I need to go ahead and snip these off yet, pull these up yet, or because it's so young, just go ahead and let it do what it's going to do for a minute and then take them off. So any advice anybody has on those, let me know. But these are coming in the house. My ice cream bean is coming in the house. This is definitely tropical and needs to be in a warmer area. And I think I'm going to let the aloe stay out to see what it does. I'm not sure. I've never grown this before. So if anybody has an advice on this particular plant, does it need to come in or not, let me know. Let's see, anything else outstanding I need to show. The root vegetables are really slow going. So far, this is the only beet that actually looks like it's trying to do something. The rest are just kind of hanging there. So I don't know. Again, first time doing these, so anybody have any advice on that, let me know. The mustard is starting to come back nicely. Starting to get new leaves on that, which is cool. The baby ones that I planted from seed are starting to come back. These are my volunteer ones that were in a different pot that I repotted here, and they're starting to come back. Got me a little volunteer onion that I must have brought over when I replanted these. Let's see, what else? Okay, over here, the beans are starting to look better. I don't know if it's cooler weather they like or what, but they're starting to take off really nice here. But all of my flowers are dropping. Well, maybe that's turning into a bean. I don't know. It's just, you can see I'm getting flowers, but I'm not seeing any fruit yet. And it may just be too cold. I don't know. Like I said, this is first time. So any advice on that, let me know. My lettuce that I purchased has bolted, so I got to rip these out. But my lettuce from seed is doing really well. Matter of fact, you can see I kind of harvest off of here already a couple of times. I may try to grab some more before I go to work today. Take that to lunch. Isn't it pretty? Looks really good. I bought some sorrel. I've never grown this before. Right now I still have it in a pot and it still looks really, really good. I don't know if this is something that spreads or not. So if anybody's grown sorrel before, can it stay in a pot? Does it need its own little plot? Is it, what do I need to do with it? I hate that this bolted because it was really, really delicious. It really was, but now it's too late. It's gone. And it's so pretty. Isn't it pretty? Anyway, I think the sweet potatoes are telling me it's time to be pulled up, so I'm going to do that this weekend. Because now I can actually kind of see down in the bed. Matter of fact, I got some volunteer peas. Actually starting to get some light here. So we're going to take care of this bed and dig it up this weekend. Let's see, some more miracle fruit. Now, this looks like it wants to be deciduous. It's trying to turn red, you know, and it's probably going to drop its leaves or something like that. But again, I'm going to move these two closer to the house where it can stay warmer. Collards, yay. Hey Dan, these are your babies right here. They're still real tight. I haven't moved them, haven't really had time to move them apart. But I got 1, 2, 3, 4 decent ones here. I got 2 so-so ones over there. All of this is surrounding is lettuce and onions. They're doing well. I got 1, 2, 3 so-so ones here as well. Cabbage is doing all right. It's taking its time, but it's doing all right. We had a tornado come through here when I was on vacation last week and bent over and snapped. Let me see if you can see that. Snapped my basil. So I think it's time for me to go ahead and clip this all back, snap this all back. But it's doing great. I mean, look at it. This is like, it's so happy. I hate to do it, but it's getting too heavy for it to support itself. So I'm going to at least cut it back, take all of their older stuff and dry them out. Same with the big boy over there, but I'll show you when we come around. My pride and joy as far as my cabbage is concerned, it's starting to get a little head in there. So yeah, I think we're going to do great with cabbage. This one's a little slow going again, but it's forming a nice tight head in here. Yeah, so that's going to be good. My purslane is hanging in there nicely. My borage lost its mind. Can't wait to see this flower next year, but it's happy. Come around here. I'll save that bed for last because I got some things to show there. More cabbage, big cabbage. My kale here, it's doing okay. Question, I know that these plants don't mind cold weather, but because they're so young, do I need to put a cover over it for tonight so they don't get taken out by the frost? Let me know on that. I probably will. I'll probably go ahead and find like a plastic cover or something like that to cover these up. Same with these. Some more lettuce in between, kale here, and onions. Yeah, like I said, my basil, well, pretty. In fact, it's like the best I've seen it ever. Gotta get my peppers. This is insane. Look at this. This is just nutty nuts. My jalapenos here, you know, these are good. I gotta clip those tonight. Gotta grab all of these tonight. They're green. I was hoping maybe I can get some turned red, but there's not enough heat to turn them red. But they are still flowering. They're still producing fruit here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the fruit itself off before tonight. And look at this. This is just bananas. This is bananas. And get all of that off and see what happens with the actual plant after tonight, after it gets its freeze. This was a volunteer baby that popped up in its pot. I may bring this inside. Matter of fact, I'm almost positive I'm going to bring this inside. Let's see, I'm getting flowers on the squash, but we know it's too late. There's just bad timing on this. I thought our frost was going to come much later, and I did not plant this in time. I did not. It's trying, but well, lessons learned. We'll get it next year, but they're hanging in there. Matter of fact, take this with me so I know to remember to bring it inside. As you can see, this is the pot I grew my original mustards in, and they're still popping up. All those seeds that I kind of bent over there, still coming up. So let it do what it do. My hibiscus is really pretty. It's doing all right. Let's see, cabbages are doing so. They're okay for where they are right now. Wish they were bigger, but they're hanging in there. No bug damage. We're happy with that. Onions are doing great. They're all standing up and tall. My strawberry mint smells heavenly. When you brush against it, it smells really good. So that's making a lovely comeback. And hold on, I'm going to start at this end. Because you know where I'm going. Y'all know where I'm going. Hold on. My spinach looks really good. I'm going to get these young leaves off of here and have them in a salad. But I do have more coming in nicely. Got some red spinach. Can't remember which kind, but it's red. I do remember that. trying to come through. I think I need to cover these too. I got to remember to cover these to keep the frost from killing those. Cabbages are good here. Got a nice head starting to form. Head starting to form in there. There's lovely carrots everywhere. They have not actually gotten big enough for me to pull something worth eating yet, so we're going to hang tight on that, but they look good. Mint looks great. And then ta-ta-da-da, our cantaloupe experiment. As you can see, the water is getting to it from all of the rain, so it's spotting. It has not grown. All of my leaves, excuse me, my flowers are starting to turn in because it's getting too cold. But I did get another fruit here. I got the original fruit back here. Okay, still trying to do something. And then there was one back here. I don't know, she grew. Try to find. Yeah, as you can see, the leaves are wilting and all. She attached herself to something. Hold on. Probably my water pipe. I know I got another one back here, but it's cold. My hands are starting to like freeze. Oh, there she is. There she is. There she is. Down there. There you go. So this is just going to be really interesting to see what it's going to look like after tonight and tomorrow, because I think we got a 2-day freeze at night. It's for a few hours. It's like 4 or 5 hours of under 30 that I have to contend with, so it's not an all-day thing. So they'll like freeze and then warm back up, and that's usually the typical thing for this area. It just gets really, 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 really cold at night and then warms back up, but you still have to protect the plants overnight. One of the things I may have to do if I can't get to what I want in the way of moving the water barrel and surrounding plants, what I may have to do is just water them with very, very warm water to help keep the roots set, bunch them all together, cover them with some blankets just to keep the frost off the leaves, and I think that will be enough to take care of them for the next day or two overnight. That's what I did last year, and it seemed to be okay. The only difference is that I did have them closer to the house, so I'm going to see if I can at least accomplish that when I get home tonight. I think that's all I really needed to show you guys. It just, like, again, it's freezing and it's cold and it's rainy, but I had to keep my peeps up to date. All right, guys, I hope everybody has a splendid day. Stay warm if you're in the colder areas, and keep growing if you're in the warmer areas. And I will talk with you lovelies later. Ciao.